Now I want to share with you what type of relations we have. If there is a set A, elements are A comma B comma C, then A cross A will be A comma B comma C cross A comma B comma C. That gives us AA first order pair, AB second order pair, AC third order pair, BA next, BB next, BC next, and CA, then CB, and finally it is CC. So what we have this much number of order pairs, these number of order pairs in this set. Every subset of any Cartesian cross product with itself is known as the subset, and that subset is known as the relation. First relation I want to tell you is the void relation. What is the void relation? Phi itself is known as the void relation. Second, I want to tell you what is the identity relation. Identity relation, to obtain what we need to do in order to find the identity relation, take all repeated order pairs. So identity relation over this A is repeated elements, repeated order pairs AA, then BB, then C comma C. So AA, BB, CC is a subset of A cross A having all and only repeated elements. So that's why we say it is the identity relation. Third one is the reflexive relation. What is the property of the reflexive relation? That reflexive relation is that relation where every element is associated or attached or related to itself. That's why we say every identity relation is always reflexive. We can say this is R1, then R2 will be all possible AA, repeated ones BB and CC. If I can add any more element in it, it will remain reflexive, but in that situation it will not be the identity relation. So void relation is phi, identity set or group or order pair of all repeated and only repeated, reflexive all repeated, along with few there may be non-repeated. So every reflexive is not identity, whereas every identity relation is known as the reflexive relation. Then I want to share with you, after reflexive there is a symmetric relation. What is the symmetric relation? If we talk about the symmetric relation, in very short, it is known as if A is related to B, then in the same relation B must be related to A. That's why what we can say here, we can say that if A comma B, then B comma A must be possible. If C comma B, then B comma C. So what order pair is there, it's reciprocal if it is present, then the relation is known as the symmetric relation. If any of the order pair whose reciprocal is not here, whose reverse is not here, that will not be the symmetric relation. Next relation in this is the transitive relation. What is the brief about the transitive relation? If we talk about the transitive relation, it is like this. If A is related to B, B is related to C, then there must be a relation of A to C. For example, if A comma B is here, B comma C is here, then neglecting these two B's at where one is terminating, other order pair is starting, A comma C must be a part of it. As B comma C, A comma C, so what we can say, this is the transitive relation. After going to get transitive relation, you must understand what is the equivalence relation. If in a set, in a relation, one reflexive, symmetric and transitive, all are possible, that is known as the equivalence relation. What is the equivalence relation? If all three, that is reflexive is there, symmetric is there, transitive is there. If relation is reflexive, symmetric and transitive, then we call it is the equivalence relation. And finally, the cross product A comma A cross A complete itself is known as the universal relation. So you must understand there is phi, that is void relation. If all repeated ones are there, it is known as identity relation. If all repeated or maybe few more, it is the reflexive. If A comma B and B comma A type are there, that is symmetric. And if A comma B, B comma C and A comma C are there, transitive. If all three are possible in a set, it is equivalence. And complete A cross A set itself is known as the universal relation.